This one is hard. My precious daughter number one developed crippling anxiety in about fifth grade. I won't go into details, but it was life changing and not in a good way. We put her to rights with medication because that's what the doctor ordered, and it worked. And I consoled myself that this was the equivalent of wearing glasses. She needed them to function. It never once crossed my mind that the food I was raising her on was most surely the cause of her distress. Hey, we ate healthy. My girls did not stroll into school with Dunkin' Donuts. They did not drink soda ever. Fast food was a rare treat on a road trip a couple times a year. And this daughter number one, Ovaltine and Quaker oatmeal. Those were her breakfast go-tos. What could be healthier than that? Almost anything. Look, I can deal with knowing that my Alzheimer's symptoms developed after my lifelong terrible food choices. All carbs, lots of wine. But the fact that I medicated my girl to mask the damage done by the foods I fed her, ouch! And is she still eating those foods? Oh, yeah, as are all my girls. I didn't know any better. Now I do. If you or a loved one has ever felt anxious or depressed or confused, any mood or brain disruption, it might be your food. It probably is your food, at least in part. The gut-brain connection is real, and ultra-processed foods, UPFs, are causing havoc. We now know that a diet rich in UPFs is linked to terrible health outcomes, including mental health outcomes. For example, a meta-analysis of more than 380,000 participants demonstrated that greater intake of ultra-processed food was associated with increased anxiety and depression. Additives dysregulate neurotransmitters after gut microbiota trigger inflammation. Okay, look, I am not going to get all sciencey here. I am not a doctor, a nutritionist, a scientist. I'm just sharing what I've read. I will leave links in the description, as always, to my sources so you can read the science yourself. What's more, UPFs are also linked to behavior issues in our children. ADHD, anyone? And have you noticed how many old-timers are getting dementia? This did not just happen. Dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's are not normal aging, and they do not come out of nowhere. Research shows that chronic inflammation from ultra-processed foods tanks cognitive function. One study found that increasing ultra-processed food consumption by just 10% raises your risk of cognitive decline and stroke, by the way. So am I saying you can never have a Ritz cracker again? Oh, yes, packaged crackers are ultra-processed foods. I'll leave a link to a video about what foods are ultra-processed foods somewhere here for you. But back to the Ritz and other ultra-processed foods. I have not sworn them off forever, but they are no longer my diet staples. And if you were my daughter, I would advise, ask, beg, plead, please lose the UPFs before you start losing your mind. Hey, I'm Eileen. I've reversed the worst of my Alzheimer's symptoms through a clean low-carb diet. That means choosing real whole foods and skipping ultra-processed foods. Simple, but not easy. A transition, but not traumatic, because clean low-carb food is actually pretty good. Thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you for liking my video. Thank you for commenting on this video, sharing this video with someone who would love a brain boost. And if you want help getting started on a clean low-carb diet, check out the links in the description. Until next time, let's all stay strong, wise, kind, and good by choosing good food for good health. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Next.